Today on the Point Blank Performance YouTube channel, we're back testing the 21 Ford Powerstroke. If you tuned in with us last week, or if you didn't, check out that video here. We had our optimum stock file on the truck. Laid down some pretty impressive numbers. Now we're back. Before we go to the race file, we want to throw a tow file in the truck. What's the job of the tow file? Make a shitload of torque, right? Pull a house down. That's pretty much sums it up. That's all people care about. But the actual goal is this. We want to give it a certain amount of fuel. We give it a certain amount of boost, desired boost pressure, and we want to bring it in down low, and we want to carry it on over and not have to run the truck at 3,000 RPMs to get the demanded power out of it. We probably won't get this nailed out in 1 or 2 pulls. If we're lucky, we will. We're going to go to the dyno. I'm going to put in no load of what the computer wants to actually load the dyno. If we make a good number, we'll call it. If not, I'll throw some more load to it and see if the truck actually likes it. Keep in mind, I don't know how big the turbocharger is. It may be weak, or the turbocharger may have a ton of potential. Guys, it's dyno time. Just finishing up with the test run number 1. Now again, I came into this pull at 2200, so a little late in the RPM, and I ran it all the way up to 2900. I'm still trying to figure out where this truck wants to make power. They are torque-based engines, meaning if I do not get this truck in its RPM range, load it down, it will not put out power. I don't care what you do. That's what we're battling. So what we're going to do now, we just laid down 475 horse. We went backwards. The truck, obviously, looking at the boost pressure, it did not put the boost pressure down we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the run earlier. I'm going to start at 1800, and I'm going to go all the way to 2800 to see if I can load the truck a little harder, a little sooner, put out the power. Let's run it again. This truck laid down 498 brewable horsepower and 961 foot-pounds of torque. We're getting there. We're gaining power. The truck likes to make power down low. These are a torque-based engine. What's that mean for you guys? It means if the truck sees resistance, it wants to put power down. If the truck doesn't see a struggle, then it's not going to put power down. This run was only 3 seconds long. So we went from 1800 to 2800. 3 seconds. It's not a big struggle on the truck. Now we got a couple horsepower to go. I really want to see this truck get over 500 brewable horsepower and 1,000 feet-pound of torque. That'd be impressive to me on just a single tow file. Guys, let's make another run at it. So why would you guys want a tow file when we're going to be leading with our race file just come next week? Well, it's because of this. Check out these Michelin tires here. This truck laid down 1,040 foot-pounds of torque at the peak of our tow file. And it did it at 502 rural horsepower. This truck is super fun to drive. 502 and 1,040 foot-pounds of torque can get you in trouble. You can run a race file in this and tow everything that you want, but if you're not the client who can control their lead foot, then absolutely, the tow file is for you. You can load this dude down, you can pull the big heavy goosenecks, you can do whatever you want with it. It still has a safety parameters set up. Now keep in mind, you can still melt the engine down, you can still hurt the transmission. You have to be somewhat educated whenever you drive it to not try to torture your truck, because it's super fun to drive. So guys, that's a big picture of a tow file. Limiters are still there. We don't give you all the fuel, we don't give you all the boost, we give you fun, but we give you the proper tools to pull what you're doing in the bed of the truck or a gooseneck behind the truck to get a certain job done. A race file is for going racing on the weekend. Tow file is getting the job done, making sure the truck can be parked in the garage at night, started in the morning, and drive to work. Guys, if you own a 2021 Ford Powerstroke, you've got a tow file loaded on your truck, you've ran it on a dyno, we'd love to hear from you. We want to know what kind of power you guys are making. Again, we still don't know how big these turbochargers are. We're going to be coming back this next week with our race file. We want to see some big numbers. We've made 590 out of the 19 Powerstrokes. We want to see everything close to that as we can. Make for sure you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll be back here next week at Point Blank Performance.